Good afternoon. This is your buddy Jim. I'm taking this opening inside the new race car shop that we're still under construction, so it's probably going to be a little echo in it. For you that hadn't followed the channel, this here particular is a carport that's being made into a small garage. This isn't going to be the machine shop. It will still stay in the other building. This week we got I finally got around to doing some work and had time to video it. It's been a couple of weeks ago actually from the time I done it. A lot of times there's just things that need to be done, and the racing business keeps us busy. One of the things I had to do is the rear shock absorber on the race car. The rubber had pulled out of it, basically the spacer and the nut and all that stuff. You couldn't hardly get it back in. So I ended up having to take some Darrell and make a new bushing for it, and then make a spacer and make some bolt, make actually a little bolt to hold it all together. You'll see what I done. I just used up some common stuff and made this thing right up. Actually, I made it a little different so I could just use a regular bolt. Something simple, fairly simple lathe job, nothing really fancy. But that's just kind of the way things are. We done that up. I'm gonna put some pictures in this video just because to kind of catch you up. But we've been really fortunate here the last 3 weeks with our race car, and we've won 3 races in a row at our local speedway here at East Lincoln. I did put a video up last week where I done some in-car video, and last couple of weeks just really too busy to put in-cars up. Really, there ain't been that much to see in these things because we've been basically driving in the front. Same old view, really. We've gotten good starting positions and whatnot. So just sit back, enjoy it, get you your cold drinks, your popcorn, bring everybody around instead of crazy old man's back in the shop, and enjoy me making up these parts for the race car. And I'll come back at the end of this video. And like I say, at the end of the video, I'll try to put some pictures in if I don't forget it. So you just have a great day, and we'll look forward to saying goodbye to you here at the end. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, this is your buddy Jim. I started to set this up and realized, I could turn the video camera on. So here's what we got. I've got some delving. I've already got some bolts for this. This is a shock mount. Basically, it's similar to what you'd have on your street car. For some reason, this is pulled out of a race car, and you can't get this rubber back in it. And it's all jam-fuzzled up and got the shock crooked. So I've already got some bolts that I've made in a previous video. So what I'm going to do is make a bushing right quick, and then some other stuff. So come on for the ride. This is going to be turned down to 1 inch and 70 thousandths. This is 1 inch and 1/4 material. I'm going to go ahead and hit a light face on it now. I've already started. I've had this 1 1/4 inch. I bought it. I used it to make body washers with, so it's already got a hole in the center. And I'm going to do one piece at a time. So let me touch off. I can cut in. Let's just go. I'm going to turn this an inch so it'll float over on the other side. So I'll make a couple of cuts. Get started. On Delvin, I use aluminum inserts. I'm just not much on high-speed steel, folks. Let me get this and measure, and I'll bring you back. All right, I'm going ahead, and I'm just going to drill a 1/2 inch hole through this. I'm not really trying to get fancy with it. It won't just enough of a clear fit. It's just a little bit sloppy with a 1/2 inch bolt. Then it'll be cool. going to face this off the back right there. Okay. And we'll turn this thing around, chuck it up, and deburr it. This is going to be a spacer. This goes between the shock and the car, and it's just a piece of cold roll. I'm going to actually turn it down, what I want, but before I even go to that route, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn me a little step in it. What it is, the shock's been beat up. So I want to turn this down a little bit under 1 inch. I just need a little different gear. Let me get my calipers, check this, because this has got to be a little smaller than an inch. It's got to go a good bit. I'm going to turn the whole thing down to about 1.125 inches. Don't matter if I have a on this or not, because this is just got to be small enough to fit down inside that low side of that shock. Alright, I'm going to turn it just a smidgen more. I'm going to turn this one down to 1 inch 900,000. This is down to 900 thousandths approximately. All this is going to do, that's way if there's not some space when I tighten up, because I'm just making this, or it's just a rough dimension anyway. It don't have to be exact, it just there, that's good. What that's for is the shock's beat up on the end, so this way this will pull up against the rubber in the shock, or the knurling that I'm putting in the shock. So now don't worry about this being dished, because we're just going to drill a hole and put something in it. I'm going to open this up and set this back so I can turn back a little bit. We're going to turn the outer diameter down to about 1.125 inches, and I think this is 1.25 inches, roughly 1.125 inches. I'm going to turn this back plenty, and I'm going to cut this off to whatever I need when I get to that point. Looks good to me. Alright, I'll bring you back. Cutting this right off. Just going to wipe it right away. They have no trouble. There it goes. Like I say, this is just a space. Man, that insert just like shattered. I've been having something about this one cutoff tool is not right. Alright, hope you can see this. It's dark and the fan's blowing in the race car shop. That's what we've done right there. That fixed all that up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my little simple machining video. It's just a little something I done to try to get the race car in order and make a little content. It's like I said, I think earlier in the video, or even when I was shooting this, quite frankly, I've been busy, and this race car deal has taken up scat loads of time, and what time I ain't been working a race car, I've been working on this shop. If you'll notice behind me, you'll see that there's timber, basically 2x4 framing in the back. Front's the same way because the carport had the sides put in it. And I think I showed in a slot of concrete. I still got to build doors, materials out there for that. I just haven't gotten to it. We're going to use sort of like 2 5-foot swinging doors that will work like this for this building. So I want you to make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of videos. I still get comments on old videos. Actually this morning, got a comment about the compressor that blowed up 2 years ago. So people still go back and watch the old stuff. Appreciate all you folks hanging with us. I know we sometimes feel like we've changed directions, but we really haven't. It's just that life kind of gets you busy in 2 or 3 different ways. And this particular summer, we've had the grandchildren here. They just left a couple weeks ago. That takes up time. Just a lot of stuff. And that car, I'm going to tell you, to properly run that race car, even though it's not the biggest and latest division, I put a lot of work in it. And it does take up a lot of time. And there's a lot of it's monotonous stuff. And I don't think it, well, I'll phrase it this way. I've debated on making a separate channel several times for that race car. But I don't think it would take off because the ones that I watch, the other people that I watch that do these videos in the racing business, they're, you know, they have a group of people work on their car all the time. My car goes in and out of a friend's shop sometimes, and he helps. The driver and I comes over and works. And for me and what we're doing with the race car, social media, i.e. Facebook, tends to work a little bit better because I can take a couple quick pictures and throw something up. If you want to follow us on the racing, go to Facebook and look up James Deadman, and you should see, you know, find my profile and you'll be there. If you're not already a friend of mine on Facebook, I'd go ahead and hit a friend request up, and I'll try to get back to you on that. So, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and remember this is copyright production, Saw Logs, Plastic Hubs. And it's for, you know, your entertainment, enjoyment, and some humor, I guess. I hope not too much. You laugh. Hope you don't laugh too much at me. So we will see you in the next video. And hey, I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you so much.